Good morning. This is the 48th video in this series, which I'm calling State of the School, Frank's School, Camp Ranch Campus. The 47th one, this is rather embarrassing. I forgot to edit the beginning of it, and so you see me going around clearing my throat, getting all ready, setting the camera. I made that private for the moment until I can figure out if there's a way I can edit it. I'm sure there is, I just have to learn how to do it. That's going on. Another thing I wanted to tell you, look at my fingers. You probably can't see this. I've got 10 Band-Aids on my fingers. That's how rough that's been on my skin, and those of you that have fingers that do that, you know how your fingers crack. Fortunately, the weather's going to get a little bit milder, a lot milder here. All right, now, I'm changing subject again, overarching subject, dramatically changing, because I'm going to be taking you thousands of miles away, even though this is about the Camp Ranch campus, the state of the school here. But I decided I should, at some point in this state of the school, collect my travels into one place where I explain them, because I've stopped traveling now. But there was a time in my life that I did a lot of traveling, international traveling. I went to Europe quite a few times, something like 12 times, and some others. And I'm not going to be going in detail, but what I am going to be doing is telling you what these trips have been, and if they're on in part of Frank's School, because toward the end, I did a lot of filming as I traveled and commentary, and so I'll show you how I can take you with me on these trips, just by sitting there in a chair and clicking, and you might find some of them interesting. So I don't want to take a long time with that, but I decided, yes, I should probably do that once and for all. And I'm going to start with some travel. I'm going to make it fairly thorough in that I'm going to give a kind of a life history of my exotic travels, which makes it sound, oh, it's going to be so long. No. What I mean by that is I'm going to tell you about some of the trips that I took before I ever started filming, ones that are not accessible to you, a viewer of Frank's School. You can't see them. Well, you can when I tell you where they are and tell you where you could go. YouTube is the way I travel all the time now. I mean, really every night I travel all over the world. But I do it as I did before, as research. I do it to learn. But I can do it on the couch, half asleep, with my remote in hand, and mostly private video makers like myself will take you, and they take me to all kinds of places all over the world. It's the responsible way to travel now. I would be very ashamed to do the kind of traveling I did in the past now, knowing what I know now, and with the use of jet fuel and fossil fuels and all that. There's no need. The way to do it is just like before that, it was in books, National Geographic, and I did lots of traveling like that as a kid. But anyway, I'm making this a little bit long for what it needs to be. I'm just announcing that I'm going into a new overarching subject, and that's going to be Frank's travels. Bye for now.